Hi Stitch, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Can you hear me clearly? Hello, hello, hello. Hi guys, welcome back to my live, and I'm happy to see you guys. Stitch, how are you? How are you today? So, I'm just gonna wait and verify if everyone can hear me. Can you hear me well? I hope you can. So, welcome back to my life, guys, and welcome back to my channel. And I am Jenna, the makeup artist. Today, I'm going to be doing something that has been requested for, I think, twice on this live. So, I'm going to be showing what my kit looks like. I know. So, basically, I have like two different setups, but we are going to go into that while we do makeup. So, as usual, I do my makeup and then talk. All right, guys. Before a lot of things are going to be happening in this video because I'm just excited for a lot of things. So, recently we did a secret Santa amongst me and my friends, and I got this gorgeous set of brushes, and I was super, super excited. These are the Morphe brushes. I am super excited to start using it. Even though like I have other brushes, but I feel like throwing everything out and going in with these. They have a very good range of brushes, for instance, like their powder brush. And what I really like is that like this brush is very the handle is good, it feels really good, which I don't get with some of the brushes that I buy. So I like this one. It feels like the bristles won't come off because it happens a lot with my brushes. Like sometimes they just disconnect and it's a lot of trouble when that happens. Then they have this is like the powder brush. It's like a whole set of I think it's like a 20 set brush. So I love it. This was like the perfect gift because I was trying to change my brushes. So I love these rounded brushes because they can get to like certain corners of your face. So I really just love it. I'm going to enjoy using it on my clients. So without further ado, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna switch my camera and show you what my setup actually looks like. So now that I stream for like do my live stream, I have a different setup, which is like just a little stand, one for my brushes and one for like the other products. But then when I go like to a client's house, I have a bag that I carry. So I'm gonna show you what both of them look like. All right. So first of all, in my bag, I have several pouches. These help me to carry different things. The pouches are a bit messy, but just so you have an idea, I have this one. This one usually carries like my powders, um, eyeshadows. Like is pretty big. So as you can see, there's like powder, there's like my concealer, there's blush. Mostly the powders. The concealer it's pretty big, so I always just put it in here. But anything powder goes in this bag. Hi Jane, how are you? Welcome to my life. Meanwhile, this bag holds my foundations. Anything foundation goes in this bag. So I have lots of foundations as you can see and concealers as well. Hi Bray, how are you? Thank you. Welcome to my life. So these two bags get to stay in this bag. So this is the main bag that I take for my traveling. So here you see the hi Rennie, how are you? This part carries like my wipe. This one carries my little brush set. That is this one. This one carries all my brushes. So from my brushes to beauty blenders, everything. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Bray. How are you today? Are you said you're good. Well, I'm glad you're good. I'm good too. So this one carries my brushes, beauty blenders, and then this palette, my mixing palette. And at the back here, this carries my eyeshadow palettes like this one. This one is almost done, but this one carries like my eyeshadow palette. So any other palettes I have, they stay at the back. Then of course I have like a makeup cape. It stays. This bag has like so many pockets, so I use all the pockets. So the good thing is that my cape is foldable, so I have my cape in here. Then this part carries all my sprays, sunscreen spray, and then primers. They get to stay on this side, and then my fans as well. So I just love that this has a lot of pockets. It really just helps me to utilize the bag. So this is what I carry when I go for my makeup jobs. Then I get to carry things like ring lights. It's a lot. And I get to carry things like my lights. I have an LED light, and I have like a reflector. I have my stand for my videos. So these are the things that I tend to carry when I'm going out. But while I'm at home shooting like this, I have the lights set up here. So I'm just going to flip the camera so that you can see what my table looks like. All right, so this is what my table looks like. It's pretty packed because I keep on buying, adding a lot of stuff, but then you get the point. So this is my reflector, and this is every other thing. So this is my little basket. This one has my lipsticks, concealers, and pretty much anything that I need, like primers, moisturizers, sprays, they all stay in here. And this one has my brushes. So guys, that's basically what my kit looks like. So I have somewhat somewhat a lot of products, but then this is my simple setup. So now that you know what my makeup kit looks like, let's get into the tutorial. So, of course, I always start by um, moisturizing, priming, and then toning if I have to. Then I've done all of that, so I'm just going to go straight into the tutorial. So, I'm just going to put a question box in here, guys. Today, you can ask me anything and I will give you an answer. So, what would you like to know? All right. All right, guys, let's get into this tutorial. So we can go ahead and just ask me whatever. I'm going, I'm trying to see if I can move this somewhere further. Well, I guess not. Anyways, you guys already know how it goes, so I'm gonna start this. Jeez. Okay, so the first thing I've done is to get my beauty blender damp. So I will get my foundation, which today I'll be using the Sephora. I'm going to be using the Sephora. You know what, guys? I'm just going to put this away because it's kind of in the way. So I'm going to ask a question in the chat. So you can ask me anything that you want. You can ask me today, anything you want. Okay, so I'm starting with my Sephora foundation. I like to put it on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna grab my beauty blender, and this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use this, spread it all over my face, and then I will spray and blend just like this. Okay, now I'm using this spray. This is the Mario Badescu. So I'm going to be blending, blending, blending. As usual, you don't want your beauty blender empty. You really want to have some product there. This just helps the blending. So make sure that you are applying everywhere. Well, some people don't like to do this, so you can just skip this and use your concealer. But avoid placing this under your eyes because you're going to be putting lots of concealer there. I mean, not lots, but you're putting concealer there. So this is what we are looking like. So press it until you are sure that everything is well blended. So this is what we're looking like so far. And I think today is one of those days that I will wear just cream blush, and then I will use powder contour for my contour. Alright, so I'm using the Ioni. This is the brand name. Ioni. This is their liquid blush. So I'm going to take a little bit of this and place it there. Oh my god, that is a lot. This is a really pigmented blush, so wish me luck blending this. So I'm just focusing it here. And the good thing with the liquid blush is the way it just blends in very nicely. So just press it in until you are sure that you've gotten a good blend. It kind of looks very sun-kissed, and that is what I like. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this one as well. And I'm just keeping it here and then blending it all out. So just keep pressing in until you're sure that it has blended very seamlessly. If you need to, like if you took too much product, you can go ahead and use like the side that you used to blend your foundation just to tone it down a little bit, or you can use your contour brush. But this only works if you use a very good contour shade, because sometimes people do like 4 shades darker than them. This won't work. It will only make your blush appear darker. So be mindful of that when you're contouring. All right, so this is what we're looking like. Now I'm gonna grab my concealer. This is from the Maybelline brand. This is their Super Stay. Yes, Super Stay. So I like to place this here, 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 and then my forehead. Then I place it here, like so, and then just a little bit here. So you really don't need to put lots and lots of concealer. Just put it at the right spot and you're good. Now, once again, to help you blend, use a spray. I'm using the Mario Badescu, and then I'm going to start blending. So for your highlights, well, you want to start blending from your T-zone and do this last because this tends to crease while you are blending the rest. So you want to blend this last so that you can use this to finish up. Hi Stitch, hi Lemons, how are you guys today? So I'm using this to just move in the product in here. And this is what it's looking like. Now I'm going to blend this part. Do you see how it blends smoothly? That spray trick works all the time. So if you're having a hard time blending, try spraying and then you will see the difference. So now that my T-zone is done, I'm going to set my powder, my setting powder. I'm going to keep it close by. I'm using this brand called Merak Cosmetics. That is what we're going to be using today. All right. So I'm just going to put some on the cover and set it aside. Now, this has had enough time to really become full coverage, which is what you were trying to achieve. You want the full coverage effect. So I start here and then I go here. Now you want to look up so that you can really get that on the eye. So you really just want to focus the beauty blender in this direction so that it gives you a drawn in face. Okay, now we can do this part. So this might just be a little bit more than this. I'm going to put a little more. Just a little bit goes a long way. And I'm looking up. So this is how to blend it evenly. Press and then press. I'm going to go ahead and do this one. Thank you, Heather. How are you? Welcome to my live. The blush I'm using today is the Ioni brand. This I got at the dollar store for $1.50. This is the brand. Ioni, that is the brand name. So, Stitch, have you been? I see you interacting in the comment section. Thank you. So, I'm going to go ahead and apply a little more blush just because I went a little farther blending out that concealer. So I'm just going to try to, yeah, the color is so pretty. I saw it and I was like, this just matches my skin tone because I'm like warm skin or warm skin tone. So it just kind of matches pretty good. Okay, so this just fixes it. All right. Now, why I blended this last is because it tends to crease. So I'm going to go ahead and go back and try to remove any concealer that might have settled in and started creasing. So I'm going to pick up my setting powder, and what I like to do is just to blend it out on my hand. and then I'm pressing it in to my skin. Do you see? It's pretty easy, but you want to look up so that you really get in there. And as you can see, this just already makes a difference. I'm going to do the same thing here. Hi, Yuna. How are you? How is your trip going? All right, so now that I'm done with this part, that is good. You're having fun, yeah? So now I'm setting the rest of my face. Remember to always blend it out. That way you don't have clumps of powder settled in one region. Okay, now that we're done setting, I'm going to go and set the rest of the face. Now the first thing I like to do is a contour. Remember that I didn't do like a cream contour. So I'm going in with a powder contour. So this is my powder palette. It's from V Beauty. And I'm going to pick a shade here. And that is what I am going to use to contour. And I'm just blending this down here into that blush. Really just want to get lightly and blend into the blush. Now I'm going for the forehead. And this is why I said that your blush, your contour should really just complement your blush in a way that is not too overpowering. If you use the contour that is too dark, you're going to have a hard time blending it into your blush. They're just going to look very separate. So when this is done, and you can also go ahead and contour this part of your jaw or your jawline like so. Now that we're done with this, we're going to go ahead and do like the nose contour. Now, if you know me well, you know that I don't like to do the cream contour, so I'll be using my brush to do a powder nose contour. Using that same powder palette, the V Beauty powder palette, I'm going to start contouring my nose from here. Once again, I'm not using a color that is too dark. Really, in my makeup, I want everything to complement each other. So I'm very careful and cautious of the shades that I'm using. So as you can see, you can tell that this is like 2 shades down or at most 3 shades down. So I don't try to do too much. Try to stay within the range of 3 shades down or 2 shades lighter. So you want to do this from your brow, and this will just help to define that nose. And that's basically it. I usually focus here because I find that this is where it gives it that very snatched look. Now to define it a bit more, I'm going to take some powder and do this along my nose. So you always want to blend out. Remember to blend it out. Mhm. This is what we're looking like. Now I'm going to go ahead and set the rest of my face. And to do that, I'm going to grab a powder brush, and I'm going to pick a shade that is like very close to my skin tone. So I'm just applying that powder here. And this is what we call setting the face. We're setting the rest of the face. Just like you set every other thing, you're setting the rest of the face. So I'm just doing this, and then I'm going to set my forehead. So I've said it before on my channel that this just really helps everything come together. Well, where you don't set with the powder, like your skin shade powder is here that you highlighted. This part you highlighted, you're going to leave it out. For every other part, you're going to set. So if you like, you can actually go ahead and spray, and then you can now bake if that is what you like to do. But recently I find that I don't want to bake, so I just leave it like this. So I'm going to spray and let this dry. This actually helps the overall process, so you really don't want to skip this. Now I'm taking that Mario Badescu again. I'm going to spray. And I'm using my fan to help me. Hi Cherie, how are you? I don't think I saw you over Christmas when I did like the Christmas video. So Merry Christmas. So I'm just spraying, blowing this down, sorry. So you want this to dry completely before you touch your face, or else you're going to move the product. It's going to be like a stamp. Oh, you just came back from shopping. I was shopping. 500 dollars later. I mean, you have kids, right? So it's bound to happen. Oh my. Okay. So this is what we're left with. This is done. Now I'm going to go ahead and do every other thing. I know. I mean, the thing about life is just enjoy these moments because pretty soon they'll be big and you'll be like, where did the time go? So it's a pretty sweet moment where you can be busy. Okay. So you want to retouch this up if you like. And now we're going to go into my favorite part, the eyes. So if you've been here before, you've seen me do this a couple of times. But if you're new here, let me show you how I get my brows done. I like to grab me a hair gel or a brow gel. But if you don't have a brow gel, your hair gel works. So I'm going to take just a tiny bit. I don't want a lot, just a little bit works. Now you're going to grab a brush. And what this is for is to help you spread this all over that eye. And this just, you know how your gel could really put your edges to stay? This is exactly what you want for your brows. You want them to stay put. So using this is one way to get them to stay put. So you're going to brush this a couple of times. Hi Africa, how are you? Welcome back. I remember you too. So these are not going to move when they dry. Next thing I want to do is to set them. This is very crucial because it also helps with the slipperiness. You know, you have gel there. I haven't changed. Where am I changing to? So this I'm going to place all over my brow, and this will just help it to really set. You can also use a brush to do this. So if you use a brush, you have like a more natural finish as opposed to using like the powder puff. What do you want me to change into? So I like to use a pencil to get my brows done. So I like my pencil very sharp. This actually helps the overall outcome of your brows. So I sharpen it until it's very pointy. You can tell because my pencil is almost done. So I'm just going to do this. And I'm just going to follow the natural hair pattern of my brow. And just going to keep going. So I'm just going lightly and then I go for the top. Now you always want to do the bottom first. It just kind of guides you when you get to the top. So I try not to overline it, just follow the brow. And we're good. And when I get here, I'm going to be doing like very tiny hair-like strokes. Okay. And this is how I fill it in. And this is simply it. Now this is actually how I like my brows, very light, very natural. But trust me, I've worked with clients and they're like, my brows are too light. I want them darker. So except you want that, you can go ahead and fill it in some more. But I'm pretty content with the way it is. So I'm just gonna go back into the brush. So you want to have your brush with you at all times. If you feel like you may have made a mistake or something, always use your brush. The brush helps you, it guides you through the brows. Now I'm going to do the same thing here. And I'm just following it as usual. And I'm doing the same thing here. Now it's already getting blunt. I'm going to sharpen it again. Voila, we have this. And I'm not going to dig in, just gently filling those brows. And going over here and just filling that in. And at the top, then I'm filling the front. Okay, so I'm going to go back in with my brush again, just to brush it through. And because of that gel, you can tell that the brows have already set, so they are not even moving. So you can touch the brows wherever you feel like needs to be touched. Because once we're done, we're going to clean this up with a concealer. Okay, this is pretty much done. I'm going to grab my brush and I like to use a rounded brush, so I'm going to use my concealer. So I like to use two different shades. this actually helps me with the overall outcome. It looks better when I do this. So I'm gonna grab a concealer. So this one is from the Rimmel. This is Rimmel. This is in the shade 11, sorry, 110 coconut. 110 coconut. So I'm going to use these two concealers to get my brows cleaned up. So I like to go in with the lighter one first. Now I need a closer light just because I can't see. So I like to focus in my brow bone here for the lighter shade. And then I'm going to go ahead and keep going. But when I get to the front, I'm going to be very light-handed because I want the darker shade to come in here and here. Now wipe off the brush and go in with the darker shade. And I'm placing this at the end, like so. And in here, like so. That's basically how I get my brows looking natural and clean. And I grab a blending brush and just blend that darker shade into the lighter shade. This works every time. So if you're struggling with cleaning up your brows, this is a very, very good hack to get them done. Once again, I'm going to take the dark one and the lighter shade. I'm going into the lighter shade first, cleaning up here. Like so. Ooh, jeez. So now I'm going to wipe off the brush and go into the darker shade. And you want to keep the darker shade just for the edge and for the inner place. Okay, now I'm going to blend it off. I'll blend it in. Let's see, we might have to extend this just a little bit. And that is it. Now I'm going to blend and blend. And that is it. I'm going to look at it. If I still need to fix it, I can either use my brush or my pencil. So I'm going to fix it in here. And then I'm going to use a brush to finish it up. I'm going to brush this. And this is done. Now we're going to blend, blend, blend. And now I like to grab a concealer, place a very thin amount here. Next thing I'm doing, I'm blending this with my blending brush. So this is important because it helps your eyeshadow to really pop. So I'm just going to keep on blending until I'm good. So that is it. So I'm going to pick a shade here. This one says spicy. So I'm going to pick the shade here and I'm going to use it all over my eyelid because I'm doing like one shade or maybe two shade eyeshadow. Maybe a two shade one, who knows? But I'm just packing all of that and I'm placing this here. So I'm just placing. And this is the first step. I'm going to do the same for this one. And I'm basically just placing it first. So for this, you want to use like a wide brush so that you can really get into the areas that you want. So guys, you can actually use this and then do your nose contour. So set the nose contour as well. You want to set it like this. So now I'm going to be blending everything in. Now I'm going to grab another brush. This one has like a pink on it, so I'm just going to use this to feather out that shade. And what I like to do is to blend it into my brow, like so. So any day that I don't want too much drama on my eyes, I tend to do like just the one tone eyeshadow and then maybe just make it pop with a little bit of shimmer. So we're going to be doing that today. So we're going to be using this shade here. Where's that one? This one. I'm gonna be using it's like a gold shade, kind of like a white gold kind of thing. So I'm just gonna place it in here, like so. Just focus it there so that the light just hits it and it just makes it pop. Hello Jahor, how are you today? Welcome to my live. And that is that for the eyeshadow. Now I'm going to do a liner. And my liner is from, this palette is from Ever Beauty. This is their shade Naughty. I think this you can find on Amazon. My eyeliner is from e.l.f. And I'm just going to do a winged liner. Like so. So for my wing liner, I just like to take it one time. And if I have to fill in anywhere, I come back and do so. This is what it looks like. I'm going to do this one. So what helps me is that I use a very thin brush. As you can see, it's so thin. This just helps me with that liner. But Jamel, how are you? Welcome to my live. What makes you laugh? The eyeliner? Don't pat. What does that even mean? So, okay. This is what it looks like basically. Like I said, I fill in any part that needs to be filled. All right. All right. Now the next thing I'd like to do is to do the bottom one. And I like to use this one is also from e.l.f. but it's their ruler pen. So I like to pull down to help me. So just a simple liner. Hi Ella, how are you? Welcome to my live. All right. So this is what we're looking like. Simple, easy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you today? So I'm going to pop on lashes and that'll be complete for the eye look. And then we'll finish this up. You're welcome. You're welcome. Guys, I'm using the Kiss Beauty glue. Where is it? Where is it? Where is my glue? Oh, I can't find it. Oh, I found it. Oh, good to know. Good to know that you're good. I think I'm seeing you for the first time in my life. Have you been here before? Have you been here before? Is this your first time here? Thank you. So today I'm going to be. Oh, welcome, welcome. I hope you get to stay. I hope you get to stay. So I'm gonna be using these lashes. They're so itty bitty, so tiny. This is for my girlies with like very little eyes. This is perfect for you. But then I'm gonna try it today and I'm going to be doing something different because as you can see I have a lot of eye space. I don't think I want to use this one. It's too small. It's too small. It's too small. Let's see. What else do I have? These are too big. Uh, okay. Okay, see you soon. I haven't used like heavy lashes like this. I used this last in college. Like this is long. This is long, guys. It's so long. It's super long. It's too dramatic. I used to use these kind of lashes. Like they were super long, but then I love them. Okay, I'm gonna be using this one. This one's from a brand called Sweet and Subtle. Perfect name because I want it sweet and subtle. All right. So you always want to put like your glue and then let it to sit out for a bit, depending on the brand you're using. Some glues dry super fast, but this one takes a little bit of time. So if you're using the Kiss Beauty, you want to put this and leave it out for a bit. Especially if your glue does, like if your false lashes don't glue, it's probably because of the way you're applying the glue, or it could be the type of glue that you're using. Some of them dry really fast, and if you're too slow, it's going to dry before you put it on your eyes. So just know the type of glue that you're using, and you won't have much of a problem. So you also want to make sure that you have enough glue at the ends, like on this end, here and here, because they tend to move a bit. So make sure you have enough glue there. So, oh my goodness, I've almost ripped this out. Oh, it's so fragile. I almost ripped it in two, which I have done a lot of times with my other lashes. So these ones I got at the dollar store. I think $1.50. Yeah. So I think they're actually pretty cool. It's not too much, so it's perfect because I have very dramatic lashes here. So I needed something that was very light. So I find that this works really good. Oh boy. Guys, like it's been like a storm since morning. We're having a winter storm, and I went out this morning. It was not fun. It's so windy, it's super windy, and then everywhere is just like moving. All right. So now that this is almost dry, I'm going to go back in with the first one. So I'm going to get my mirror that is closer so that I can see what I'm doing. For the lashes, you actually want to be really close to a mirror so that you see where you're placing it. Guys, I forgot to put mascara. So you always want to put mascara on your lashes before putting the false ones because sometimes you may have eyeshadow fallout. So this just helps you to hide all of that fallout. And it actually helps to stick to the lashes. So I'm using the Maybelline Colossal for my mascara. This one. So as you can see, this is pretty good. I find that this particular mascara works for my lashes really well. I don't know any other one that works as good as this. So you should try it. Maybelline Colossal. I want this to dry out a bit. Welcome back, Ella. Welcome back. So I'm just placing the lashes like so. So for your false lashes, you actually want to make sure that you're placing it more on your skin than your lashes. So I'm just making sure that this is on my skin. Thank you. So feel free to move the lash a bit before it sticks finally. Because when it does stick finally, then you might have a hard time moving it. So because these stayed out for a bit, they're already drying up. This is the problem. It's already drying up at the end, and you really don't want the end to be lifting. So you can go back in with the glue. Let's take your glue and place it on. And just hold it on just a little bit. So it's actually just a tutorial because every day that I come on my life, I do a makeup tutorial. So it's not for anywhere in particular. Hi, Folies, how are you? I know it's a lot, but I actually love doing makeup, especially for like clients, because like it's just, I mean, for my face, I've studied my face, I know what works. But for like clients, it's always very different. Every single client is different, so you get to learn something new every time you work with like a different client. So I love that about makeup. My favorite brand. So, if I'm being honest, I actually like a lot of Nigerian brands. And I'm Nigerian, so most of the products that I have are from Nigerian brands, so I like them. But as far as high-end products, I haven't really used like Huda Beauty foundations or Fenty on all of that. But then I have used Sephora so far, and it's not bad, but I feel like it's not full coverage. Um, which other one have I used? So for my blush, I've used the Rare Beauty, and I would recommend. It's so good. It's so so good. It melts like a dream. Like when you place it, it melts like a dream. So once again, I'm placing this. Remember, you really just want to place it on your skin rather than. Yes, I have tried Rare Beauty. Honestly, their blush is everything. I would definitely buy their lipstick just because of the blush, because that lipstick is good. It is, their blush is good. So I have a feeling the lipstick is going to be easy to blend as well. So if you've tried Rare Beauty lipstick, do let me know. What was your experience? Is this something that you'll be trying again? Oh, your favorite is Rare Beauty. How about the foundation? Guys, this has dried. How about the foundation? What do you think about Rare Beauty foundation? Oh, you're welcome. Oh, thank you, Ella. I actually love to talk about the products that I've used because I know how hard it is to find products. So I just hope that someone else doesn't have such a hard time finding the right products. And also, sometimes the good ones are like really expensive. So if you find the ones that are not too expensive, then you're good. All right. Um, oh, you do. Oh, You're part of the girlies that like to wear just concealers. I find that you guys are so brave. I don't know how to just wear concealer. You guys are so brave. Oh, I think it's just because I've been doing makeup for a while. I don't know how to not do foundation, concealer. Like sometimes, most times, I actually love to go out without makeup. You know why? Because I am extra. I have to do every single thing before I go. And that takes me a lot of time. So sometimes I'm just like, if I start, I'm going to be extremely late. So I don't even bother. Oh, okay. So what products were you able to test and will you be buying them? Eyebrow gel, highlighter. Oh, so I've never really done, I think I've done my like curling my lash just once. And I was like, I don't even have any strength for any of that. But then, does it really do anything like curling your lashes? Do you notice a visible difference when you do that? Okay, so we're doing this again before it goes off to dry off on me. So, guys, putting lashes on camera stresses me because I can't like focus and just zoom in. My goodness. And these are just acting up. Okay, they're done. Ooh. I've used the bronzer stick just once, but then I after doing that I tried like using like foundations and then that just became my thing, using foundation as a bronzer. I find that most times it's very pigmented, so a lot of foundations are very pigmented. So when you do that, it just works really good. So when I just found out that hack, I stuck to it. So I haven't used much of the sticks, but I have used the stick once. I find that the formula sometimes are very thick. So if you're like someone who loves to wear just concealers, using like a concealer stick would really work for you because they have like a thick formula. Oh, okay. Then that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So that means you don't need to wear like false lashes. You just put on mascara and go. When like once you're done curling your lashes, you just put on the mascara and you're good. So now, guys, for one of the best products that I have gotten, I mean, in terms of the fact that it is really, really a versatile pen. I always talk about this pen. And no, I am not promoting this brand. I just really love their pen, which is why I use it. So I had let me show you the last one I got. So this was the last one I got. It's a pink pen. And this one has the exact same things that this one has. So, oh, you do. That is nice. This one has like a blue, this one has the black, this one has like a silver liner kind of thing. And then this is like a lip pen. Now this one on the other hand has this shade is just the same thing, but I find that these colors are actually darker. For instance, the brow pen is darker here, and the lip pen as well is a darker shade here. Excuse me. As for the black, it's the same thing, and then this shade is different. It's like a golden liner, and I love it. I love it so so much, guys. You don't even know how I love it because it's like it's very innovative and it's also good for traveling. If you're traveling, you need your pen, like your brow pen. You need your lip pen, and it's just a hassle to carry a lot of things. So having just one that does multiple things, chef's kiss. So without further ado, I'm gonna do my lipstick. So I always put like a moisturizer or a lip gloss to moisturize my lips. The first thing I'm going to be using, I'm going to do something that I did before. I've done this lipstick tutorial before, so I'm going to do it again. I'm starting with the brown pen. I know it's so nice. I just love it. It's such a good idea. So this is the first thing that I'm doing. I like to use a brown to line my lip. I just stick to my lip line. I don't overline. And this is the first step. So you do have to keep on rolling it up because it's going down as you use it. So once I've done this, I'm going to use my hand and blend it out. So this is the first step. Now the next thing I would be doing is to grab the second pen shade, which is this one. Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate that you're here today. I hope to see you again tomorrow. I do a live video every day by 10 p.m. EST. That is 10 p.m. Toronto Canadian time. So I will see you again tomorrow. So I'm going to do this here, just close to that brown, close enough. I love the way this turns out every single time. Now I'm going to blend this as well and just blend it into that shade. Of course, you can use a brush, but your hand is always a very good idea. So this is what it's looking like. Now for the final shade in here, I'm going to use a brown and I'm going to just pick up my gloss. This is a brand called Zaran. I am going to be using this shade for the inside. Now to finish everything off, I'm going to get a gloss that is almost clear. It just has a lot of glitter on it. This will just tie everything together. You can actually use a clear gloss for this as well. So you want to grab a lip brush. Guys, I don't know where my lip brush is. I literally saw it. It ran away. Mhm. So I'm just going to use my mixing spoon or mixing spatula, whatever you call this. And I took the wrong one. So this is the one I'm using today. So you can actually just use this like so. So this just helps you to give that lipstick a very nice ombre effect, but this is extra with a little bit of glitter all over the place. So I think it's a very pretty lipstick look or a lip look. So you might want to try it out. So that is really the end. Thank you, Heather. So to finish this off, I'm just going to go back into my powder palette and I'm going to be tying everything up and then we're going to be done. Going back in, touching this up. You can also do just a little reverse contour. I'm not big on the reverse contour, so I like to do it at the end so that it doesn't really bake. So if you're watching like for the first time, you're a beginner, you don't even know what reverse contour is actually just using a setting powder to kind of map or clean up your contour line. You want to make it look very clean, very crisp. This is a good way to do it. So you just trace from where your contour is and you come out all the way. You're going from here to here, here to here. So I would advise that you practice this before you try to wear it out. So do practice first. Hi Omar, how are you? Welcome back to my live. Now I'm gonna grab my blush palette. This is a blush of 6. I'm gonna pick the shade here and I'm going to place it here. And that is pretty much it. I hear you, Omar. Thank you very much. So now that this is done, oh, it's technique, guys, it's technique. Now that this is done, I'm going to spray. I like to spray 2 times. The first one is to really break down the powder, then the last spray locks everything in. So I'm using the Urban Decay. Once again, I like to... My Much app, what does that mean? So you want to blow this down. So when you're done with this, if you like, you can go in with a highlighter. I like to use a liquid highlighter, and like I said, it's not compulsory. It depends on you and what you want. So I'm going to... This is from a brand called Hegai and Esther. It's a Nigerian brand. I like to use it. Oh, okay, thank you. Let me put it for you guys. You see? Oh yeah, that's all I need. I don't need too much. I like to go in with my beauty blender and then I'm going to be blending it. So I'm just looking for the places where the light is going to hit and I'm focusing it there. And you can choose to do this after you have sprayed to tone it down, or just before you lock it in finally. This is the way I like to do it. I know, it's so good. I don't know if they sell it in... I don't know if they sell it in Toronto, but maybe. Or if not, I might just end up linking you up. So this is how I'm doing this. So guys, I'm going to be leaving my Instagram for you in the description box. Do reach out to me on Instagram if you want to say hello, if you want to ask about the product. You can reach out to me on Instagram and we'll chat there. So this, I usually focus the glue on just here. So it really just depends on you and what your preference is. But trust me, this makes a difference. You can also use like a powder one, but I find that liquids have some kind of pigmentation. Oh yeah, the ads. So this is the final look. To wrap this up, we're gonna spray the final time, and this makeup look will be complete, guys. And to finish this off, I'm using my spray from One Size. This is the One Size, and this one smells so good. I don't know what is in it, but it smells so good. If you have Sephora close by, you will find this in Sephora. So that is the end of this tutorial. The lash is like acting up. But guys, this is the end of this look. If you want, you can go back in your powder and just place it over. All right. Like I said, once again, I will leave my Instagram, so say hello on Instagram. So guys, before I go, do you have any questions for me? Thank you, Omar. Thank you. Guys, do you have any questions for me? Would you like to ask me anything? Thank you, Heather. Thank you so much. I hope this makeup was able to teach you one or two things that you can do to improve your makeup. For instance, like spraying while you blend your foundation really helps. Also, spraying while you blend your concealer, it really does help. Setting your face before or rather after you have set your contour, your blush, and your highlights really helps everything to really work together, look blended, look really nice. It also helps like to set in the oils and everything. Like, and I've said this before, just because you applied makeup, your face won't stop doing its natural function. If your face is oily, it's still going to produce oil. However, whenever you're doing your makeup, you just want to minimize or reduce the oiliness that is being produced to hold it and the makeup not separate. Have you seen them? Like some people, their makeup is flowing down and like it's just the chaos. So prepping your skin helps you to avoid things like that. Yes, so for me, I used bye Omar, thanks for being here. Have a good night. So for me, when I used to blend my neck, I found out that especially in the summer, you may end up creasing on your neck because you're going to sweat. So whatever I am, instead of doing that, what I do is if my face is darker than my neck, I try to blend the shade of my neck and the shade of my face. That is, if my neck is darker, I'm gonna have to tone down my makeup to be darker just so that it blends, because you really don't want your neck looking different. You can see the difference is not looking much, even though I didn't apply anything on my skin. That is one way. Another thing that you can do, you can actually skip putting the foundation and all of that, because honestly, except you're in like winter, that works. But in the summer, you tend to crease because you sweat. A lot of things happen. A lot of things go on. You can prime there and then apply your foundation and just the powder. That will work. But it also depends on the type of spray you use. You can use a lock-in spray. It really depends. But I find that it honestly speaking, is time consuming. Except you're a bride, it is just a lot of work. So I like to
I like to also use these. This is why I have these in my kit, because once you place this on your neck, it kind of distracts any attention that your neck would have gotten, right? You to just put a lot of illumination on your neck, and your neck looks brighter even though like it's darker than your face. So that works too. You can just place this all over your neck, like your skin here and all that, and it just works. I've done it a couple of times and it just works because of, especially if you're going out in the sun is going to be reflecting this, and then it's going to look like it matches. It's just it's just the, what do you call it, facade or whatever, but you're just trying to get that, reduce that attention from the disparity going on between your face and your neck. So this is another way. It's cheap, it's faster too. It's way faster. If you just take a brush and just do this all over, you've saved yourself so much time blending all of that. Or you can just match your neck and your face makeup, doing maybe a darker makeup or a lighter makeup. If your neck is lighter, you match it up in your foundation and highlight contour. Then if your face is darker, you have to tone it down to match your neck. So I hope that helped, Heather. I really hope that helped. Yeah, so the bronzer issue, it did take me a little bit of time to master that. You know why? A lot of times people don't know what is 2 shades darker, 2 shades lighter, and all of that. So they always end up buying very dark colors. And honestly speaking, it doesn't look realistic, because if you actually look at the structure of your face, look at your natural contour line, you find out that your natural contour has a specific shade. So I would say to match it up, always try to figure out which shade does my natural contour line project. Then when you go to the store, that is what you're going to be searching to match up. Or if you have a powder, that is what you're trying to match up. So don't just buy a bronzer because it's dark. You have to consider the shade, number one. Some shades could be ashy and you could be warm toned like me. Once you use an ashy product on your skin, or an ashy toned product on your skin, is going to reflect in the way your makeup turns out. So if you're, and I'm gonna post a video very soon. I was supposed to post this earlier. Hi Cynthia, how are you? I'm so sorry, I've been delaying that video because it's very long, but in the video I break it down to tell you guys like which one is your skin shade. Like you have warm tone, you have cool tones, and then you have the neutral tone. I'm just going to talk about it very very briefly. Like warm tone, you can say that these people are people who have like green veins. Like me, my veins are green, so I have a warm tone. Some people have like purple veins or blue veins. Those are cool toned people. Their skin is cool toned. So someone who is cool toned, there are some specific shades that works perfectly on your skin. While someone who is warm tone has other specific shades that work perfectly on their skin. People don't know these things, so when they try to do makeup, they have a hard time. They either use the wrong tone. It could be a shade that is not necessarily dark for you, it's just that it has the wrong undertone, so it's affecting the way your makeup looks. So the same thing with powders, the same thing with blushes as well. Your undertone also determines the type of blush that you can use. It determines even lipsticks that you can wear. It determines colors of eyeshadows that you can wear. So I would say just take a little bit of time, even if it's 5 minutes. Just look through, do a little bit of research. What skin tone is this? What is this? What is this? Where does my skin fit in? And then it will be much easier for you to choose shades and colors based on your skin tone. What may work for me might not necessarily work for you. So, and then you have people who have like neutral undertones. They're like living best of both worlds. Anything cool tone matches your skin, anything for warm tone skin matches their skin, and it just appears like really good and flawless on your skin. So, these are the things to consider before you buy. But honestly, the best way to choose any shade of anything is to go into the store, let them test it on your skin. That is the best way, honestly. Because you may do like online power quizzes and all of that, but then you somehow have to have an idea of what your own skin tone is to do all those power match quizzes. So you may still be wrong. Even when you go in store, sometimes if you meet the wrong operative or operator there, they might still shade test you wrongly. So imagine when you do it online yourself. So I would always advise go to a store and get a shade test. It is the best option for you. And then when you have a shade test, you can always keep it with you so that whenever you go to pick a product or whenever you're switching products, maybe like for instance, if you're using Sephora and you want to switch to like the Maybelline, and what you're going to do, maybe if you're going to say, oh, I want this because I want to try this, you have to look for the shade that is similar in this brand, and having your own specific shade can help you determine, because sometimes some of them run by the same kind of shades. For instance, one might have like cappuccino, some might have ebony, things like that. So if you know that, oh, I am cappuccino, or I am let's see, or I am maybe Bianca, I am bronze, all those kind of things. I am caramel. If you know that that is your shade, then when you go to the store and you're trying to switch to another shade and you see caramel, like, okay, I'm caramel, this works with my skin. So that helps too. So I hope I've been able to answer your question, and I hope now you'll be able to make easier choices in the store. Any other questions, guys? Do you have any other question for me? If you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Jenna and I am a makeup artist. I do a live every day by 10 p.m. EST or 10 p.m. Toronto Canadian time. You're welcome, Heather. You're welcome. So, guys, thank you so much. I have overstayed. I keep trying to make it like just an hour so that it's not too long and too lengthy. So I'll be back again tomorrow, guys. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Cherie. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Omar. Thank you, let's see. Thank you, Dion. I am feeling good. Sorry, I didn't see your message earlier, Dion. I'm good. How are you today? Thank you, Ella Hart. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you for leaves. Thank you to Lemons. Thank you so much. Thank you, Stitch. Thank you, Stitch. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bree. Thank you, Renaline. Thank you, Jane. You guys are the best. Thank you for always tuning into my live. Remember to share, subscribe, and turn on your notification bells. And I will see you again tomorrow, Toronto Canadian time.